Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our Season 2 career mode, that's what I'm trying to say, of F1 2017. Just it's off to a good start, isn't it? We're at around 10, halfway point of Season 2, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Toro Rosso driver Ben Waterworth, my name is Ben Waterworth, on the Inters because it's a bloody weren't qualifying. Best qualifying of Britain, 13th in Season 1 of F1 2017, and our best finish is 9th, which of course was last season. Actually no, it was 8th, sorry, in Season 2 in F1 2016. Apologies for that. Alright, here we go. British Grand Prix qualifying, and it wouldn't be Silverstone with a bit of rain, without a bit of rain, would it? Where do they want us to finish? Top 15 again, fair enough. As we close in on Ghosty Vettel, we put a bit of an upgrade on the car, on the power unit in terms of the end of the last Grand Prix. And interesting, because obviously I like to work from the bottom up, and you know, I'm a sucker for patterns and things being filled in and consistency and all that kind of stuff. I actually read a little bit more on kind of what I'm developing, and it seems as if I develop that whole bottom section of the tree, then it means I'll need less points to upgrade the more powerful parts. So, which I think that's a kind of that's a unique take on it. I think one of the parts, I think it needs like a 10% less points, and then 20%, 30%. I think it goes up to about 50% less points needed if I get to the very top level of that bottom section. So a nice little thing there for that to happen, which I think is a unique take on that. So we'll see how that goes. I need, I think, 1,000 points now to get to the next level, though, so I'm only got about 100. And again, if you're a first-time viewer here to Casual Gamer Oz, we obviously don't do the practice modes, so therefore it takes us a little bit longer to go through the development tree as it would. Obviously 1 lap qualifying and 5 lap races as well. Currently in 8th position here, folks. It's interesting, the pace in the wet seems to be fluctuating from different Grand Prix. We seem to be okay in the wet, and then all of a sudden we won't be okay. We're on for a top 10 here. Never qualified in the top 10 in Silverstone here on Casual Gamer Oz. Are we about to do that for the very first time as we come into the final part of the circuit? Just an in-joke there to say that. We're in 7th, we're in 7th, we're in 7th! Jeffrey!
Nice job.
Thank you! That is our second highest qualifying of the year. Good job. If we can have a dry race, who knows what we can do. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. We're going to go over the grid here because we're not going to do it on a race day. So Vettel, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, myself, Massa, Hulkenberg, Perez, Grosjean, Alonso, Magnussen, Palmer, Ocon, Stroll down to 16th, Sainz down to 17th, Van Dorn, Verline, and Ericsson. So let's do this. Let's get into the race. I'm excited. Don't know why all of a sudden I'm Big Kev, but anyway. Rest in peace, Kev. If you're listening, well, you're dead. You're not. So, best finish in Britain, as I said, 8th place, Season 2 on F1 2016. We got 9th last year. That was that defensive drive that I had. I remember that one well. Damaged my front wing and just basically had to hold off, I think it was Hulkenberg and Grosjean, and felt very satisfied with that 9th place. It was all about defense rather than offense. But we'll see how we go. Good points. We're losing this rivalry. Going to lose another one. Renault won us. Well, Renault Force India, we'll be tempted. We've got a dry race. Okay. What do we do with a Renault or a Force India drive? I think it might be worth taking it. I'm also Force India, but Renault wouldn't be too bad. We might have a bit of a think about a possible Works Renault drive. Team up with my man Hulkenberg. I like Hulkenberg. Got to be doing a better job than bloody Jolyon Palmer. But, yeah, I guess in the overall scheme of things in this game, when it comes to points, Renault get less than we do, but more consistent teammate in Hulkenberg, better qualifying performance, you would assume. We don't need to see this grid for the first time, because we obviously already saw that. And let's do this. It was on pole, Hamilton, wasn't he? Of course he was, it's Britain. Did I press buttons too many times here? We've just got a black screen. Oh no, fire him there. Alright. We're on the outside, but we're well up at the pointy end here of the grid. Let's do something special here in Silverstone. It is go, go, go. Alrighty. We're going to stick to the racing line here. We're going to try and stay out of trouble. Whoa. That was ballsy. That was very ballsy. Collision with Massa. I thought my wing was going to get damaged there. I looked up, saw a Williams, thought, shit. But I got it, and I held on to it, and then I've overtaken Bottas. Good start here. Very good start. I'm satisfied with that. Don't know if we're going to make any more positions up here, but let's see what we can do here. Obviously, it's more of a high-speed circuit, which we tend to do all right in. Italy, obviously, we tend to always do fairly okay in. Silverstone's just not one of my stronger circuits. But if we can hold on to 5th, that will be very nice. But very early days here. I got very lucky with that manoeuvre on Massa. I definitely feel that my wing was going there, and I'm also surprised I didn't get a penalty. I got a warning, but not a penalty, as I just get very etchy-sketchy through these high-speed section here. I'm going to go up the long straight into Stowe. Let's just have a bit of a look at our fuel map. 1.15, but we saw what happened in Austria. I might just maintain that until lap 2. See what we can do in terms of catching our man Danny Rick in front of us, because we caught him in Russia. What can we do here? Highest ever finish in Silverstone of 8th. So this would be our highest ever finish. Vettel's taking the lead, by the way. Bottas well down in 6th. It's interesting, actually, with Mercedes in the Constructors, that Bottas seems to struggle slightly, because Ferrari won the Constructors in this game in Season 1, but Hamilton, in every single season mode you've seen here on Casual Gamer Oz, has won every World Championship, which would go off the back of his 2 World Championships leading into F1 2016 in real life, meaning that he would have won 5 in a row. So he'd be gunning for World Championship number 7 in, if this was real life, to equal Schumi. So we don't want him to win it this season, because we don't want him to equal Schumi. Going to be biased there. Anyway, I don't think we're going to have the pace to catch Danny Rick, so I don't think we're going to risk rich engine mode here. It's going to be another defensive British Grand Prix, and we're working on that engine to try and get us to a level where we can challenge these guys at the front. But for our plucky little Toro Rosso with a plucky little Renault, we're doing decently. I wonder how I'll go in a Renault. Again, it's just a matter of the development. You work so hard to get development points for a car that you're then going to have to just basically go, oh no, we're going to go off to another team. But of course, again, the goal in this game is to, you know, I mean, some people probably stay with the team all 10 seasons. Maybe they get a McLaren and just work on it the whole way so they're winning races by the end of it. Who knows? But that's not what I want to do. You know, I want to end up in a red car, so obviously I need to work my way through there, and maybe I need to get them to notice me a little bit in a Works Renault team. Now, Bottas is getting very racy on my bottom. And he's going to have DRS, of course, this time around, given that that is what happens on lap 3 and we're in a dry race. So that, folks, is what's going to happen with Valtteri at some point on this lap. And we're going to be in defensive mode. Again, 5th place here. Don't know how that ended up being. Ballsy move around Massa without damaging my wing or getting a penalty. So once again, we're just going to switch focus here and hope that we can maintain this gap over Mr. Valtteri Bottas. Mr. Personality. Not really. Alright. To the old turn 1 here. Take it flat if you don't mind. Feels good to do that. Take this section flat. You just let it get away from you slightly if you take the turning point wrong. And, oh, just held on to it. Good racing here. Feeling confident with the car. Getting a bit of a gap there over Bottas. I'm not going to catch Danny Rick, so I'm not going to bother switching it into rich mode, because it's just going to be wasting engine for no reason. And again, the engine damage not significant really in 3-lap races for me. So Raikkonen sits another fastest lap. I think Vettel's still leading this one though, isn't he? Oh, as we come now across the line, penultimate lap here at Silverstone. Holding on to a semi-comfortable 5th place at the moment. This has kind of come out of nowhere. I was not expecting to go this strongly at Silverstone. Plenty of time for me to stuff this up. Plenty of time to lose out on where we are at the moment in this race. So again, just maintaining that gap over Valtteri. We're not going to catch Dan Ricciardo. But again, 5th place is to be our highest finish of the season. So we'll take that. as we head into, obviously, the second half of the season after this race. And a lot of circuits there that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Monza's the main one there. I do like Hungary next time around. Belgium I've been doing okay at recently. So the next 3 races have potential. And Singapore I tend to do okay at, even though I crashed out of that last season. Malaysia, obviously, I enjoy that track. Suzuka is probably my only weak point in the last 10 races, I would say. So a much stronger second half than the first half for the most part. Though I am improving a lot on some of these races, obviously with the exception of Azerbaijan. Valtteri getting very close right now as we head into Stowe. Oh, hold it out onto it. And for the second last time, we come into the final part of Silverstone here. Can we hold on? We've had a very clean race up until now. Valtteri is the closest he's been, though, as we head into turn 1. He might take a bit of a look. I'm going to close the door on him there and hold on to it. Valtteri getting a little bit impatient. We might switch it up to Rich Revs here just to defend slightly because we want to hold on to 5th place. And I think we're going to run ourselves wide there ever so slightly. We've got enough fuel. We do have plenty of fuel to do it. Pay attention to the road there, Ben. We'll flick it up to Rich just to get a bit more engine pace on it because Valtteri is getting very racy. He's on long side of me here. He's going to try for the outside. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. Yes, I am. Ever so slightly. That's coming from me being distracted in switching that up. Verstappen around Bottas as well. The closest Valtteri has been to me all Grand Prix. We've just got to hold it through this last section, Ben. Hold it through. It's a little bit of curve there that we didn't want. Just hold it through this section right here, and we're going to be able to keep it up into Stowe. Yes. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, we're going to have a race winner in a second. But I think I've done enough here to hold on to a bit of a surprising 5th. I was not expecting to get this in this Grand Prix. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Who's going to win? It's Raikkonen. Is that his first win for the season? I think it might be. Good on you, Kimi. Go Ferrari. But right now, if we can hold on to it here, barring any complete catastrophes, we're going to get 5th position in Silverstone. Jeffrey! That's all you're going to say to me, you prick. You wanted me to finish in like 15th and I get 5th. Alright, just get some rubber. Fuck you. Bloody hell. You rip me a new one when I fail. God damn it. 5th position. Yeah. It's Ferrari 1-2 if you don't mind. Alrighty. So, a bit of a look at the replay because we want to show off my... I want to see that Massa move. Because that was ballsy. I honestly thought at that point my front wing was going. I honestly thought that was it. Sometimes you got to race it. Well, that Renault got very racy. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. That was it right there. That's how I got it. I'm going to get ahead of Valtteri and Verstappen. Or at least, no, Valtteri there. Jeez. How did I hold on to that? That was brilliant. All right. Kimi, Vettel, Hamilton, Ricciardo, myself, Bottas, Verstappen, Massa, Hulkenberg, Grosjean does get a point there, just so you know. The standings, I'm going to move up into 9th. Of course, I'm trying to get 8th, but Hamilton leads only by 5 points now. Kimi moves himself up there a little bit closer too, 21 points behind Hamilton. Bottas, he's pretty much out of it. Ricciardo, Verstappen, Massa, Perez, myself. 18 points I've got to gain on the Mexican. Grosjean in 10th position. Constructors-wise, no change, although we have gained within 2 of Haas, which is, we're happy with that. Ferrari move out a little bit further ahead of Mercedes. Red Bull, Williams, Force India, Haas, Toro, Rosso, Renault, McLaren, Sauber, no score there. We're off to Hungary next. I've got a feeling we're going to have an invitational Grand Prix in between that. But in the meantime, remember to like us, comment, subscribe, and everything else in between. Thank you for tuning in to Casual Gamer Oz in a very strong race here in Britain. Good night.